हरे कृष्ण। ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासुदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा. We will continue our discussion. Here Lord completed the shloka. We'll try to discuss other parts. Important thing here is we need to understand that by controlling our emotions, we'll be able to understand the higher truths. We continue to remain on an emotional platform, then we cannot experience. So from the day we can see how much I am so much emotional. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. This is not right. That is not right. Things should be happen like this. And so many things are based on emotions, which is actually not very conducive for bhakti. We have to have control on emotions. We cannot be too emotional and then expect that we are going to get something higher. And that is how our advancement is. More we are advancing, more we are grave, that is the gravity will increase in us. For every small thing, we will not get disturbed. There is certain gravity that can be experienced, and you stay with that person who is very deep and grave, na? We also start feeling unaffected by what things are happening in this material world. That's how detachment comes. You just be with a person who is completely detached. Just 5 minutes with him, also, we also feel, oh, really? I also don't need. Like there is a story of a thief. Then there was announcement made by the king that I want to give my daughter to a very qualified brahmana, and whoever brahmanas marry and are sages who will marry 50 half of the kingdom I'll give to them. So that was his condition. So he didn't announce that, but he called all the but this thief came to know that okay, the king is going to give the kingdom also along with the daughter something. So he called all the sages. So they all came, and then the king made announcement. If somebody marries my daughter, I'll give half of the kingdom. And he asked the first sage. The sage said, "Oh, I don't need the kingdom, and why I need any wife? I am happy. I am doing my chanting, and I am satisfied with my sadhana." And then he asked the next sage, "Will you marry my daughter?" And he also says, "No, no, no, no. I don't need all these things. I am okay. I am just happy, serving the Lord. And why actually I need all these things? Ultimately, it's all temporary." And then the thief is waiting. Okay, when my turn will come, when he will say, "I'll accept everything." And like that, everybody was started saying, Of course, why I need all these things? I just am happy with Lord and my service and my sadhana is what I need in life. Why I need?" And then at last he comes to the thief who dressed him as Sadhu and sitting. When the king asks Sadhu, this thief, he says, "Of course, why I need it?" He also says, immediately he got influenced. See, this is the advantage. Being with the saintly people, there is so much gravity and the emotions are so much that like no we say as the ocean is very deep, inside the ocean it's very calm and cool. That's how we should be as soon as we wake up, because why we see that the face of the people as they are becoming older and older, there is certain the charm is lost for some people. Why? Because they take up so much anxiety, affected by so much emotions. But somebody is very cool, calm. Even at old age, also he can see is very peaceful, and you will feel certain type of happiness just seeing the face. Like Prabhupada, na, any photo of Prabhupada you see is just so calm, serene, and you feel so satisfied just seeing the and some of the Prabhupada disciples who are guru. You can see them, you feel so peaceful, happy, and as soon as somebody sees them, they immediately feel some sort of bliss in their heart. This is actually what we all have to aspire for, that we want to become very calm, serene inside our heart, and not affected by so much emotions. Anyway, things will happen the way it should happen. Why we should take them so seriously? It does not make any sense. We have to know that Krishna is arranging. It's not that, oh, I just because of this 2 minutes I lost so much, or there will be always a complaint, array, because of this accident happened, because of this I lost money, because of this person cheated. Nothing is happening by chance. Everything is arranged by Lord only. If I know that my life is so peaceful, calm, He knows what to do, He knows what to give, He knows when to give, and I'll just make an endeavor. And if He feels that this endeavor is sufficient for this, He will give. Otherwise, if I do, even if I make endeavor and if Lord does not feel that it is needed, He will not give. Okay, let it be. Not that we are lazy. We make endeavor, we work hard, but mind is very peaceful because the result is not we are attached to. We are attached to Krishna. But that makes a difference. Why it is so much difference for devotee and outside people is our attachment is not to result, our attachment to Krishna. Okay, Krishna, if you want it in this way, I am fine with it. If you want it another way, I am fine with it. I may want it in my way, but anyway, because you want it, I like it. Like say, sometimes small children, they are in the lap of mother, and they want certain things. Mother say no, 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 no. Child say no, no, I'll sit here, I'll sit here. Mother say no, no, don't sit here. The child, no, I'll sit here, and you also sit with me. And sometimes in the park, the children will say, mother, you also sit here, I'll also sit. Mother say no, late ho raha hai, ghar ko jana hai, you have to go home. No, 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 sit, sit, sit. Now mother don't like sitting there. She want to go home. But because the child want, mother is also sitting. That means she is having her own desire, but to please the child she is sitting. For us also same thing. Because I like the Lord, because okay, Lord want it that way. So what can I do? Okay, let it be. So this is how our heart should go. Then life is very peaceful. I like Lord and Lord want it in that way. So what is the problem? Let it be in that way only. Whatever Lord wants. Let Lord be pleased. So this is how our mind will be peaceful. We should not be so much emotional. Okay, if Lord does not want, I may sometimes we cry also that things are not happening the way I want. But then we should know, but it is happening according to what Krishna wants. So that should make us happy. Oh, this is what Krishna want. If Krishna want that people should insult me, okay, fine with it. Fine, Krishna. If you want it that way, I'm fine. I'll not. I'm little unhappy that people insulted me, but I'm fine with it. Okay, okay, let it be. And people, we don't want that people should know our conditioning, and they're very bad. We try to hide. We want to look good. We want to be seen as very good and saintly and whatever person, and by some reason it get exposed. People come to know that we are not so advanced and we are such a stupid fool, and then it so hurts, and then false ego is so much paining. And then Krishna, then go to Krishna and you can smile and say, okay, Krishna, you want to make a fun of me, it's up to you. I'm okay with this. So the point what I'm making is that this is what is our detachment. This is what is our vairagya. Our vairagya is attachment to Krishna. And this is the easy way of getting detached. Detachment is not something we have to separately practice. We have to practice only one thing. Our detachment practice of our detachment is whatever is pleasing Krishna is what I am attached to. That's all. Then you will be automatically detached to all other things which are not, and Krishna will make sure that in a sometime pleasing, sometime most of the time it is very painful. It is like operation only without anesthesia. And that's why Yudhishthir Maharaj says, Tattenu kampasa samikshmano bhunjan evatma gatam vipakam idvat vapurvir vedadam namaste jivete mukti pade sadaya bhag. So this is okay, my dear Lord. Your mercy, everything goes away. And interestingly, it goes also. Krishna knows what is needed for us and how much is needed. He makes exact plan. He's more intelligent than us, so it's not a problem. We can trust him completely that this is the best thing that is happening in my life and this is the best way it should happen. And I just have to do my sadhana, and then rest of the day I can be peaceful, doing little endeavor for whatever I am doing. And that's all. Life is quite easy for devotees. Yeah, Shyam Mukund was giving example of Shiva and Mohini Murti. Lord made Shiva fun, but and Lord Shiva said, "Okay, my dear Lord, if this is what you want, I am okay with it." Yes, Keshav Primatis.
Hareshna Prabhuji Dandavat Pranams. Thank you for the beautiful explanation, Prabhuji. Very, very nice and consoling. Prabhuji, I just want to know, like sometimes devotees like us, at least like me, we say everything Krishna is Krishna's wish, Krishna's wish, and we may carry on our own desire. How to understand that, Prabhuji? Like anything we'll say it's Krishna's wish, Krishna's wish. Like that we may understand, no, Prabhuji. So how
No.
to?
Even if you want to do something, if
Hmm.
Krishna is not sanctioning, it will not get fulfilled.
Oh.
That is the point. Say now I want to give a class. If Krishna don't want it, I will not be able to do. My net will be down or something will happen. My desire is there.
Oh.
My
Oh.
desire and Krishna's desire is matching. That's why it is happening.
Hmm.
Otherwise,
In
it will not
devotees'
happen.
life, it is like that. Is it, Prabhuji? For
Ah, yes.
general people, it is karma only carrying on all these
Yeah,
things.
it is karma caring. For devotees now maybe 10 things, one after the whatever I want, it is happening. Whatever I want, it is happening. Yes, Krishna want it. I am also wanting it, and you will be happy. And maybe one
Oh.
last thing, 11th thing, Krishna will make sure that it will not happen only, and
Ah.
and all our false ego, everything will get crashed. You say Krishna, and then that also you should accept that that is also Krishna's will only. If
Yes.
you
Yes.
say everything is Krishna's desire, when it does not happen, that time also you should be in the same state. We should not be emotional that time.
Um, so Prabhuji, so we should. So Prabhuji, what about sometimes devotees doing mistakes also? No, Prabhuji. Then we'll say it's Krishna's sanction. We may like our mind may convince like that. In that stage, how to understand, Prabhuji?
Now, for outside people, means not outside, like say if some devotee did a mistake,
Yes, Prabhuji.
and for him, he should not think that this is Krishna's arrangement. But we can
Hmm.
say maybe Krishna is arranging. I should learn to tolerate, and I should learn that I should pray that I should not do such mistakes. So Krishna is teaching me through the devotee that I should not do such mistake. I should not keep myself in an embarrassing situation. So let me be careful. Let me learn something from it. So for us, it is Krishna is making us see that situation so that we'll be careful. Like
Hmm.
if I see some devotees cheating, so then I
Hmm.
should pray to Krishna. Krishna, I should not do
No,
it. I
it is
should
for
not cheat
us,
you.
Prabhuji. I'm asking about the devotee who is cheating. How should
Ha,
he
that
understand?
devotee, he has to know that it is his conditioning and he should pray to Krishna that I should not do these things. I made a mistake. So you should accept it as a mistake and pray to Krishna to come out of the conditioning. You should not think that,
Hmm.
oh, it's Krishna
Yeah,
sanctions.
Prabhuji, that is after the result. After the result, he will know. So I'm trying to understand through your words that if a devotee does a mistake and that is being exposed, then Krishna's role is that he wants that devotee to understand this and come out. Though he sanctioned, I'm asking you that that mistake while he is doing it is being sanctioned by the Lord, no, Prabhuji. Like any things we do, it's sanctioned by the Lord. So he just allows it to happen so that he will understand it better. Is it like that, Prabhuji?
Ha, actually, why he sanctions is Lord also don't sanction immediately, but the devotees want to do it again and again and again. Then Lord makes sure that okay, you want it like that, then it happen. Like Lord is already helping. Say I wanted to sleep. I wanted to sleep. Now it is very cold. The Lord is telling, "Arey, wake up for Mangalarti, wake up for Mangalarti." But I am saying, no, 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 no. I want to continue sleeping. So
Hmm.
then, Lord is trying to giving an indication. Somebody will say, Lord will give. But after
Hmm.
that, he is not listening. Lord say, okay, sleep. And then he wakes up at say sometime later, and then he will feel regret. Arey, I didn't go for
Hmm.
Mangalarti. So
Hmm.
Lord does not immediately sanction. He will see, but this fellow is insisting and is stubborn. Lord says, "Okay, let it be. You enjoy."
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
This is how we can go further in our spiritual life. If we are able to control our emotions, we should not be in a mental state. We say people are mental. Mental means what? This is only who are on emotional state and mind state. They are all mental. That means in one way everybody is mental only because of course somebody is more, somebody is less. But the mental state is always there. People remain on a mental state and they want to continue like that. That is the problem. We should not continue in a mental state. We have to grow. We have to come out of it and we have to s- uh, come use our buddhi, and that's how we can see how much advancement I am making, how much these things are not affecting me. Things may happen bad and worse, and more a person is grave and deep and more he has Krishna consciousness, more he becomes very stronger and stronger in that situations. And when situations come and he'll be tested also, like one story of his Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he was sitting and meditating in Himalaya sometimes, and some Baba told some instructions to him. He was meditating and he fasted. I think he just ate some carrot or something for 1 week. He was just drinking water and just eating one carrot or something 1 week. And then after 1 week, then he wanted to break his fast. I think he did for 1 month something. And he wanted to break his fast. And that time he had some 2 rupees. He climbed down the hill and purchased some groundnuts, peanuts, and he just kept with him and he started climbing up to go and sit in the cave where he is to eat. After fasting for so many days, he chanted, meditated, and he is getting something to eat after so long, 1 month. And then he goes up. While going up, he's carrying his peanuts, and suddenly one monkey jumps and takes away that and go. Now somebody may complain, "What is this, my lord? I meditated on you. I am just thinking of you. I am trying to come to you. And I did fasting for so many days. And hardly I have 2 rupees with me. With that, I purchase something and eating. And then you are taking away that also from me. What is this? Such an injustice." Now he did not complain, is still grateful. That is the test. Now others will say, "Arey, enough is enough. What is this?" I thought after fasting, somebody will call me and say, "Prabhuji, come. I know we are sponsoring some feast." And no, then we say, "Yes, now Lord is so pleased with me. He is giving me feast after 1 month of fasting." And Lord has completely reciprocated with my fasting, and now somebody is calling me for feast. So that people consider as blessing of Lord. But how many will consider that somebody is coming and stealing whatever you already have and then you don't have anything to eat? So this is actually the test of a person's his emotional state. So basically, Lord is helping us to come out of this emotional state only. Like we say, na, the rahasyam. Rahasyam is prema. The four topics of Chatushloki, one third is rahasyam. That is prema. So why there is suffering, pain, happiness in this material world? To make us come out of this emotional state and to become fixed. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. So we need what type of buddhi? Vyavasayatmika, focused buddhi, not an emotional state. So this Bahushakahi Anantasya is basically an emotional state. We get carried away with all these things around, and then we cannot we cannot complain only. This is not Lord's fault. I am stuck up here. I need to come out of it. So Lord is giving tests so that we slowly understand that this emotion is cause of my pain. Let me come out of this emotional state. So that's how we need to learn this. And one of the best ways of coming in emotional state to rational is reading shastras. So slowly, what we are doing is when we are reading shastras, what will see being emotional and sentimental, both are there. We can be emotional. Emotions are needed in spiritual life, but we cannot be sentimental. That is another thing. Of course, I will not take that power. But here, emotions are needed, but we should not be emotional. So there is a difference. I don't like is emotional. That is somebody is getting pain or somebody is suffering or when I go to the Lord, we need to have certain emotions because relationship means emotions. Oh, we'll just continue the purpose discussion. So this is some point I thought of sharing. Mm. Okay, Gail Mataji. Hope I'll be able to answer you.
Hi, Krishna Prabhu. Yeah. If you want to make progress in this thing, I will raise my hand and stop you. But no,
I
I
should
just
not be
wanted
emotional now.
to. Yeah, actually, it is about emotions. Actually, I just wanted to get clarification between being emotional and being sentimental.
Yeah, we had discussion. So sentimental is Mataji, like say in India, of course, many people they are sentimental. Like if I say suddenly I am going out and some cat crossed my way, then I feel oh something bad will happen. So this is little. There is no logic in when people are sentimental and say why are you doing this? So, no 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 no. This should be done like this only. So there are so many sentiments, especially in South, in India also. Many women they have sentiments in their house. It should be like this should be like this, and so that otherwise something bad will happen, something inauspicious will happen. So many superstitious beliefs are there. It's all based on sentiments, and the rituals are also which are performed in any other religions. Most of them they are sentimental because there is no philosophical backing of the act which they are doing. Any
Mm-hmm.
activity, if you don't have philosophical backing, it's mostly sentimental activity. That's how we understand sentiments are okay, but it's also good to have sentiments. It's not wrong that we should have good sentiments. That okay, my sentiment is that anybody comes to my house, I'll not send them without giving any food to them. So this type of sentiments are also good because it is Atidhi Devo Bhava. I consider him as Lord, so I want to give something to them. So I give
Oh,
charity, I give. So there are good sentiments also which are backed by Shastras, but there are sentiments which are not backed by Shastras. They're on an emotional state. But there are some sentiments, not that we should not have sentiments, we should have. So this is on a sentiment. So this is basically the actions that we are doing. This is on sentiments. And then when it comes to emotions, emotional is like there are two things. One is uh,
oh wait, I'm
emotion.
sorry, Prabhu. I'm sorry. So just now, it sounded like the way you used the word sentiment was a little bit synonymous to how you would use the word emotions. Sentiment and emotion. I'm not saying sentimental and emotional. I'm saying in just now you use the word sentiments. Like, somebody comes to the house, you don't want them to go away without saying, some prasadam. You call that as a sentiment, but
Yeah.
you would not call that as, is that not like an emotion also? That,
You can
where,
say emotion, but it is more like a sentiment also. I say I cannot send anybody from my house without eating. So that's a sentiment. And that you can say it is emotion, but basically it's an activity. So this is for my house. I want to in all India, this is the sentiment people have that a daughter comes or sister comes to home, you have to give something compulsory. So they have such type of sentiments, and like they have sentiments that the first thing we should do any auspicious activity we should give to the daughter or sister in the house. So there are certain sentiments like this, and it is
okay,
connected to emotions. Of course emotion is there in that, but more we call it as a, I say, people we use this word as sentiment for it, not as an emotion, but emotion is definitely
because
involved.
yeah, you use the word sentiment here because, as you said, right, it's more connected. The focus is more on activity
Yeah,
rather
yeah,
than rather than on feeling.
yeah, yeah,
Whereas emotions are more based on feelings rather than on activity. No.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
when it comes to emotions, there
Uh-huh.
are also two degrees. You can be emotion and you can be emotional. Like there are there is something like I like, I don't like. This is on an emotional state. People most of the time they are in emotional state, and their activities are based on this only. What? Why are you doing this? Oh, I like it. That's all. So, but we need to have emotions. So that is like not a recommended. Arjuna was so much emotionally affected. That is not recommended, and that's why he's not able to do what he's supposed to do. He's not doing what is right. He's just going on emotions. And Krishna is telling, "Arey, raga dvesha vimuktestu." Just give up all this raga and dvesha. Nan vishayan atma. You should be controlling your emotions.
Okay,
But
but wait,
same
so
thing.
so they're emotional for Krishna based on Krishna conscious reason, then that's a want that's that kind of emotion being that kind of emotional is wanted, no?
Yeah, yeah,
In
yeah.
other
So
words,
I'm coming to
we
that point.
oh okay, okay, okay.
So what I'm telling is, so there is one level which Krishna is rejecting. He's telling just don't be so emotional and this is raga dvesha and no jaya parajaya. When like no, if cricket match or football soccer match is won, then they celebrate, they shout loudly, and when they defeat, then they are crying and going home and drinking and sleeping. So it is like too much an emotional state. That is not recommended. Labha jaya, labha labha jaya jaya. You get victory, you get defeated, but you just be equal, not be so much affected. But then there are certain emotions and sentiments. Both are needed to make progress. Means we need to have soft-hearted. You should not be hard-hearted. That means like it's not like Mayavadi. So our emotions is like we have feeling for the Lord, we have feeling for devotees, we feel for dham. So that type of things which are backed by shastras, that's where we have to cultivate our emotions. If devotees are coming, we should be excited. Yes, devotees are coming to my house. I'm getting opportunity to serve the devotees. We should feel so much excited. And when it comes to our personal level, anything connected to Krishna, we should be so much excited. If it is not, then we say, okay, let it be. Even if it does not happen, also does not matter. But if I am getting, oh, I am dying with cancer, but I am getting opportunity to do some service to devotees, I should be still excited for it. So in that way, anything connected to Krishna, we are trying to cultivate it positively to develop that emotions. Then and that is a natural state of the soul, so it is not artificially we are trying to do. It's not some artificial imposition purposes, no? When you are
Mm-hmm.
chanting, the tears will come from the eyes. When we sincerely chanted, we may get tears in the eyes. When we sincerely pray, that type of things are needed. That is good also. It's not just
Yeah,
something on a mental level, but it's much more deeper at the level of soul.
yeah, but it will feel artificial at at an immature stage of practice when only because we're not feeling connected to our soul, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Uh, People they cry for everything. They chant, they cry, and they see movie, and in movie also they cry. So that means there is something wrong in that. This is not completely true. Like people come
Uh-huh.
to temple when they start chanting and they are crying, and we feel, my God, this is such a exalted soul. And he goes to home, sit in front of TV, and he will watch a movie and he will cry there also. So he's just an emotional fellow, but it is not really from the soul. Of course, maybe he'll get something, some Abbas will come by chanting also. But we should know it is not true. You will not get affected by anything that is, of course, if somebody is really getting pain and all, we may get affected. But it is not like I don't like that type of emotions not there. And that is another problem. Devotee should not see movies because when they see, they'll get attached to the, because their heart becomes soft, no, they will get attached to the characters of the movies also. That is very dangerous for them because they are very soft now. It is then it is they have to be very careful where they are giving their heart. They are chanting, their heart is becoming softer. So we should always be in the association of devotees, give it to Krishna and devotees once. No other thing, no risk.
Yeah, you mentioned that there's this person who they will cry at movies, they will cry at chanting, but still, isn't it possible? I mean, I'm sure it's true that even though, for the struggling sadhaka, yes, you can get emotional for material things, but I'm sure since we are evolving, right, there will be times where we will experience genuine emotions for spiritual things also, no?
Yeah, yeah, we'll experience. That is definitely correct. And what is the emotional level? What we have should is more of regret and then prayerful mood. That type of emotions are what is recommended at this stage. That we should feel regret. Oh Krishna, I am really suffering. Somehow take me out of this. Help me out of these conditionings. Please make me come out. And when we are in that regret state, and sometimes we have some genuine gratitude also. Oh Krishna, you have given me something which I am not deserving. So that is also sometimes will help us to develop some emotional feeling for the Lord. So that is also very much possible.
Yeah, but
So
but let's say somebody, let's say in kirtan, right? A
yeah.
struggling sadhaka. I mean, are you saying that those um, you know, positive emotions that they are experiencing during kirtan, it's not it's like an abas thing, it's not a really genuine thing?
That is possible also. You can experience it till the level of bhava also, even in the beginning stage. That is the power of bhakti. Even a very new person, if he is really grateful and he has very with great gratitude and with sincerity, if he's chanting, he can even experience the state of bhava. That is also told. That is possible. He can experience, but it will not remain for long time. It is just for some fractions. It may come and go away. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
possible. Mm.
okay. Yeah, I'm just, because of what you said, I'm just trying to understand how we should regard our positive emotional experiences in Krishna consciousness. Because you seem to kind of be a little bit dismissive of those kinds of feelings of of a struggling sadhaka, whereas the more legitimate feelings are just the ones of regret that we can't, overcome our anarthas or something like that.
Yeah, because I don't have love for Krishna at this stage, but I can have gratitude. I can be humble. The humility is there, regret is there, gratitude is there, and slowly, slowly that love can be developed. But still, by the mercy of Krishna, He may give some experience for us when we are chanting or kirtan or katha or some service. Definitely, there are some emotions we can experience. Otherwise, we will not be able to continue. We are getting means that is Krishna is giving something, some experience is giving, that love is the gratitude and humility that turns into love eventually. But initial stage, that is what we have to work upon, develop them more and more. We don't have love for Krishna now, but at least gratitude and humility will eventually take us to that level. But I am not telling that we are not getting it, we are getting, that's why we are continuing.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I'm still a little bit confused, but I'm not going to take more time. I just want to, just last thing I'll just try to confirm is that generally, since we don't have love of God, it seems like you're saying generally, like those positive emotions that we feel is probably more on a material level. No.
Yeah, like say now a pure devotee is crying for Krishna. I am also crying for Krishna sometimes. I may also do kirtan, I also get tears, but it is not same, right? There should be difference. That is at a very pure state, and maybe I am little emotional. Okay, it is Krishna, that's why I am little emotional. I have some sort of attachment, but it is not same. That is at the level of prema. I may
Mm.
get some abas, some glimpse sometimes because of my sincere practice and sincere gratitude and some things. I may get some glimpse, but it cannot be compared with the Goswamis
Mhm.
chanting and crying for Krishna, right?
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Mhm. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you. I told you I would stop your progress in this class and think I was successful. But thank you so much. Yes, it's much clearer now.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and one more thing about austerity is no, it is hard-heartedness. We need emotions. We don't want hard-heartedness. So there is the point here that I want to add my comment on it that we have to do austerities, but when we are doing, we should feel that I need austerities because I need to burn my conditionings anarthas. And when we see others are not doing, because austerities are not needed for developing love. Krishna can give love for anyone. You just have to, that's Krishna's desire. So for me, I need to do because I need to overcome control my senses, control my mind. That's why I'm doing it. For when we see others are not doing, we should not think that they are not serious or sincere. Then they may be eating nice feast also, but we should know that for me I need, but for others one day Krishna, they will sincerely cry for Krishna and Krishna will give love and they'll go to spiritual world. So we cannot say that they are not sincere or serious. For us, we should not that way compare. Anybody can go back to Godhead, and anybody can develop love for Krishna in no time. It's just a matter of it's Krishna's desire when he want to give. So generally what happens is people they start comparing when they are doing, so that is the problem. We should not compare, and if you don't compare, then we only take inspiration. When others are doing, we should take inspiration from them, but we should not say if they are not doing, they are not sincere. It's not like that. They anytime, like say just 5 minutes before they are leaving their body, and then they just they chant the holy name and Krishna may give love also. So we don't know. Krishna's, that is his free will. Anytime he can give. So no comparison. Yes, Keshav Priyamantaji.
Prabhuji, sorry for taking your time. Very nice discussion, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, one doubt. The last thing you discussed with the Mataji, like the emotions, crying of devotee at the sadhaka level, it is not like because of the prema, and it cannot be compared with pure devotees. Definitely, that is understood, Prabhuji, because their crying is totally in a different level, and that is for Krishna sake, not for their sake even. But these small emotions that we are getting during bhakti, is it totally invalid, Prabhuji? Is it like, is it not at all, is it all just material emotion?
No, no, no. We cannot say it's completely material. There is, that's what I am telling. Krishna gives something, and there is some, because to the degree we are having this gratitude and humility, na, we will experience some emotional, some glimpse
Prabhuji,
we'll
for
get, but not
example,
complete.
yesterday we are discussing the pastime Akrura taking back the Krishna, no, Prabhuji, that gopis will be crying like anything, all those things, Prabhuji. When we are discussing, I could see one or two devotees had tears in their eyes. They didn't show it, obviously, but I could see that. So, is it just an emotion that we get from even a movie? It is something like that, or is it somewhere they touched by Krishna's love? Is it how to understand such things, Prabhuji?
This is the what this is actually good, because what happens now, see, they are anyway emotional. So instead of watching movie and crying, if they read Krishna book and cry, they'll make advancement. So anyway, they'll be emotional in that situation. Instead of watching movies, they read more and more and more Krishna, and that emotions which they are getting now, that will become more and more real, and they will develop more, they will make more advancement. They will become more attached to Krishna. So that is now immediately it is not spiritual, it is material only, but this is what they have to use their emotions in that direction. So I'm emotional, so let me cry for Krishna. In that way I'm downtelling my emotions and making that spiritual.
And
So
probably by personal thing, like when we read Bhagavatam, no, Prabhuji, purports of Srila Prabhupada, sometimes it's very heavy that many times I burst into tears, Prabhuji, like seeing the most fallen condition of mind, like how great Krishna is, how fallen, like especially Puranjana's story, certain purports, no, Prabhuji, it's so heavy when it's written about ladies, many purport is, no, Prabhuji, when we are exposed to that, we feel so low and feel so bad that how much we are fallen. Sorry, Krishna, sorry, Prabhupada, like that we get tears. Is that is also emotional, or is
oh,
it?
that is what is the first thing we get. This is the best thing we should get. That when we understand our fallen situation, na, we become very humble, and that will
Yes.
help us to chant very, very feelingly. That's what is needed.
Yeah, well, reading itself, heart becomes so heavy that we couldn't stop crying at all, Prabhuji. Like, where Prabhupada's purports are so heavy on those shlokas, no, Prabhuji. So that is why I'm asking you. Is it okay? Like,
Yeah, you are
mm.
so sincere, Mataji. I hope I'll I will to cry one day.
Prabhuji, you be in a
It's
lady
so
body.
hard-hearted.
No, no,
I'm
Prabhuji,
so
be in women body and read that Puranjana story, Prabhuji. You will feel so awkward. Awkward to be in a female body. I felt so awkward. So many things is expressed, and I was before this. I was thinking that I was a feminist. In fact, like I'm so proud of my women body, but after reading Bhagavatam, many places I felt so bad. That's what I said. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. We will just read few points on the purport. Prabhupada has some very nice things to share. This is last thing from Supreme Lord, this one shloka. He says that, O Brahma, just follow this conclusion by fixed concentration of mind, and no pride will disturb you, neither in partial nor in the final devastation. So this is what is the what is the austerity for Brahma is to fix his mind, concentrate. And another thing is not to become proud. So this is the greatest danger. This is the greatest obstacle for all of us is pride, which is holding us here. And if we don't know that we have pride, and definitely we should know we have it. If we are not able to recognize, that is also proof that we are proud. So if we are able to recognize, that is safe. If we are not able to recognize, then that is another problem. We should at least know that we have some problems. And the reason we are to what is the proof that I have proud or not? Because we are in metal world. That is the proof. Simple. So Prabhupada writes, as in the Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter, where the personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, has summarized the whole text in 4 verses, namely Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo. So here also Bhagavatam 4 verses, Am Eva Samevagre. So that's the secret purpose of the most important Bhagavatite conclusion has been explained by the original speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam, who was also the original speaker of Bhagavad Gita, that is personality of Godhead. These are there are many grammarians and non-devotees, material wranglers, who have tried to present false interpretation of these 4 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, but the Lord Himself advised Brahmaji not to be deviated from the fixed conclusions of the conclusions the Lord has taught him. So here is also very nicely told. The Lord was the teacher of the nucleus of Srimad Bhagavatam in 4 verses, and Brahmaji was the receiver of the knowledge. Misinterpretations of the word aham by the word jugglery of impersonally should not disturb the minds of the strict followers of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada is trying to protect us from all these false commentaries. That's why he's writing again and again, because even we may say, Arey, why Prabhupada is writing? So in spite of writing so many times, we see people still going to other organizations, they're going to other Babas, they are getting deviated. Why? Because they are not understanding how much this point only. That's why we had to be told again and again, because even till end of life there is a risk of even if the person is achieved almost level of prema also, if he hears my vada there is a risk of falling down. That much dangerous is this philosophy. So that's why Prabhupada has to tell so many times. And here in Vrindavan also, many people go to these babajis, that babajis, they don't understand how much information. Of course there are so many other reasons, but anyway, we will see how Prabhupada is telling. There is a question. It always confuses me. If you say do your duty and keep Krishna in your life, you go back home, back to God. Someone else says you should have intense feeling of separation and hankering for love for Krishna, then only you will go back. Again, from our acharyas like Madhavendra Puri and Goswamis, one should leave everything and only serve the Lord. This is the only way Go back, go back to got it. Yeah, all the instructions are correct according to the level of the audience. If the audience is just very new, he is told, "Arey, just chant Hare Krishna, finish. You are already in spiritual world." And then he is already practicing from 10 years. You say, "Arey, you are still doing all this. You should be little more serious. You should be little more intense. Then only something will happen. Just don't do just some basic minimum. You should come up." And then somebody is already doing 20, 30 years and is now already crossed 55, 60. Then we say, okay, Prabhu, now just give up all your family things, focus on Krishna, develop some feelings for him. Just don't involve yourself in family anymore. So all the things are right, but according to the level of the person and in what state he is situated in his bhakti, so that he is given that instructions. And then they have to read also according to that. The Shivaram Maharaj has written, like, no, at what level, what type of books one should read to make further advancement in bhakti. So the syllabus is there, instructions are there. If new boy, we go to college, we see a new boy or somebody, new family we meet, we tell them, oh, just chant Hare Krishna, you're always in the spiritual world only. So, so what are we supposed to do? Desperate to go. Yes, we should develop that slowly, slowly. Yeah, we have to now, after some years, we have to learn higher things and try to work on them. Okay, let me also, like, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's book, we have to understand them. uh, uh, like, we have to read Jaiva Dharma and Harinam Chintamani, so that our quality of chanting will improve. And then we can understand Brihad Bhagavatamata, so that we can develop certain feelings for the Lord. So these books are needed, which are helpful. After some years, we have to go through them, understand them, and develop that mood. That is also recommended, because they have written to make us progress on. So that will help in one way. Yeah, if you have intense desire, that is we our desire will increase more and more. Our intensity of our desire will increase more and more if we are connected to somebody like that. And even if like the point, you are all coming in the morning and attending, so that is what we are supposed to do. And slowly, slowly, what we have to do, the activity won't change, the quality of our activity should change. Slowly, slowly, I should try to do it more. Yes, Vanmali Prabhu.
No, no, Prabhuji, what I'm asking is, you are, as I said, those three things, right? I mean, those are only to satisfy the audience or satisfy the devotees. But, but everybody is intensely hankering, for that love. So, I mean, but when you say everything is right, it confuses. Everything is right for that person, meaning that they will, if they perform their daily chores or daily, what do you call, family duties, they'll go back home, back to God, or it is just to satisfy them. That's what, the, senior devotees or sadhus will tell them like that, or,
No, it
I'm
is
just.
not for satisfying them, bro. It is for encouraging them. See,
Okay.
now they
So
are.
no, both are the same, Prabhu. Encouraging and satisfying, meaning that if the student is studying, is trying to get to write the exam, you're doing good job. You're doing good job is different from you're doing the perfect job is different. You know what I'm saying? So, like if we say, if whatever you're doing is in your ashram is do what you're doing, you'll go back home, back to God. It means so that person will just do his daily chores, go to his work, come home, do his sadhana, just status quo like that. Would that be sufficient, or no? No, as you're doing, you just have to get to the stage of like the get to the stage of all the what do you call, Goswamis. Only when you get to that stage only, then you'll go into the Bhava stage. That's when you get to entrance into the spiritual world. Is that I mean is that what it is? I don't know if you're understanding my question.
Yeah, I'm understanding. So what happens, Prue? Say if a person is told, okay, do your sadhana, Prue, you have to be very strict with your principles and you do your sadhana very properly. So what happens? This person becomes regulated. So his lower modes of Rajoguna and Tamoguna will come out and he'll come to mode of goodness. Then again, after some years, again he will only the quality of his job will increase. See, a pure devotee is also attending Mangalarti. He is also chanting morning, chanting is doing japa. He is also attending Bhagavatam class. A new person is also attending. What is the difference is quality. So what happens is our lower mode slowly go away and our intensity it automatically increases. Now the quality of your hearing, the quality of questions you are asking is much more different which you asked 10 years back, because now because you have done your sadhana to some extent, it is helping you to come out of certain conditionings and you are now thinking of this a little more seriously than what you were doing 10 years back. So now slowly when you after 10 years the questions will be much more deeper because now again you have done some more sadhana, so that will help you to become more deeper in your understanding and
No, no,
consciousness.
no. I understand that, but then what is your goal? How should be your understanding when you are in the highest level?
Of course, we have to reach that highest level, bro,
No,
where we
no,
are.
I understand, but what is that highest level?
Okay,
So
highest level. For
what is
us,
the highest?
bro, highest level is only one thing we can work out, which is very practical for is to please our spiritual master. Esse prasadat bhagavad prasad. This I saw with any devotees who are leaving their body. What I saw them is their spiritual master is pleased with them, and which is helping them to develop certain feelings, and they are able to concentrate and focus when they are leaving their body. They are quite peaceful. So what I saw, the success for them is just reaching spiritual master. So you just now whatever principles that we are getting instructions from a spiritual master, chanting and following the regulations and serving the Vaishnavas, and in that way do something for the mission of our spiritual master and please him, because we cannot other things now will automatically start developing, because if I am working in the direction and I should become more and more focused and dedicated in the mission of my spiritual master. That is the only thing we can do. I just have to be completely dedicated to the mission. Slowly my materialistic life should reduce after some age, and then my focus on my mission of my
No,
spiritual
no,
master
Prabhuji,
should be the
no,
only.
no. You're still explaining the process. I'm just telling you what should be. When you say satisfy the spiritual master, so what do you mean? What do you mean exactly, Prabhu? When you
He,
say
like,
our goal should be just to satisfy spiritual master, so what exactly that what that means?
oh, see, for now, recently, one Mataji, she left her body, and Maharaj was he said, oh, you have perfected your life, you have pleased me, you have pleased your perfect disabled, perfect wife, perfect, and you are perfect everything, and you have pleased. Now, what she did, she could do whatever her best, and that is what is pleasing to the. You have made all your endeavors to do your best in the services which are given to you. That itself pleases. It's not that we have to make 10 temples or we have to distribute lakhs of books. That is not maybe my capacity. My capacity is I will be able to read a shastra and I will be able to explain to some extent. So that is what is my capacity. I'll try to do it best of my capacity. So you can say you are able to do some service to the Vaishnavas, and after some time you can do it as a full time. Okay, let me render more service, and that
No,
itself is
Prabhuji.
sufficient.
No, Prabhuji. Again, you're just describing the process. I'm just saying, when you're saying satisfying the spiritual master, like you can't. Not everybody has access the personal relationship like that Mataji, who has, who was doing big in the temple, and who has access to Maharaj through other devotees. Not everybody has that access, and that's number one. Number two is, I mean, when you say satisfying a spiritual master, I mean, we are all, doing, to a certain extent, but I'm just, when you say satisfying the spiritual master, like, in a personal way or in a way of mission,
Oh, we will. Actually, spiritual master is not. He is beyond space and time, bro. He will be pleased with your activity, and you will feel from the heart that my spiritual master is pleased with my service. It's not that he should be physically present, I should know personally also. Because original spiritual master is Balramji only. So Chaitya Guru in the heart, he is manifesting like that. So he will give that understanding and revelation. You just have to do what is told to you, because Prabhupada left many years back, and now also his disciples, they don't have much direct physical access, but they still feel his presence and feel his blessings, and when they are living, they also see Prabhupada and they live. So where is the access? Access is not material, it is spiritual. So is beyond time and space. So when you are sincerely endeavoring, you will experience the presence of your spiritual master, and that is what is we need to do. That's all. At the end, we have to get the experience, and that will come also. The So what you have to keep as a goal is, let me please my spiritual master. That's all. With whatever best I can do, with whatever abilities I have, whatever talents I have, let me please my spiritual master.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank
Maybe
you.
we can discuss personally.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you all very much. I think, okay, I'll just complete this purport for all of you, and then we will end here. We have to at least do some justice. One purport will come. So, there are few more things. The first step, therefore, in pursuance of system of knowledge received by Brahma is to approach a bona fide guru who is a representative of Lord, following the parampara system. No one should try to squeeze out his own meaning by imperfect mundane knowledge. The guru or bona fide spiritual master is competent to teach the disciple in the right path with reference to the context of all authentic Vedic literatures. He does not attempt to juggle words to bewilder the student. The bona fide spiritual master, by his personal activity, teaches the disciple the principles of devotional service. Without personal service, one would go on speculating like the impulsiveness and dry speculator, like a speculator life after life would not be able to reach the final conclusion. By following the instructions of one of its spiritual master in conjunction with the principles of revealed scripture, the student will rise to the plane of complete knowledge, which will be exhibited by development of detachment from the material world of sense gratification. The mundane wranglers are surprised that one can detach himself from the world of sense gratification, thus any attempt to fix in God relation appear to them to be mysticism. This detachment from the sensory world is called Brahma Bhuta, stage of realization, a preliminary stage of transcendental devotional life, Para Bhakti. The Brahma Bhuta stage of life is also known as Atma Rama stage, in which one is fully self satisfied and does not hanker for the world of sense gratification. This state of full satisfaction is the purpose, is the proper situation for understanding the transcendental knowledge of personality of God. And okay, we have few more words. This is evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogatah bhagavad tattva vijnana mukta sangasya jayate. And then uh, and in this stage of full satisfaction detachment from the sensory world, one can know the mystery of science of God. Actually, one will put this purport is also telling some of the points like that. One is, first you need to get knowledge. So when we are practicing nicely now, we gain this knowledge. That's what is this purport Prabhupada's writing. You will come to a stage of Brahma Bhuta, and by student will raise to the platform of complete knowledge, which will be exhibited by development of detachment. So by the help of spiritual master, when we have practiced the way he has told, we gain knowledge, and that knowledge will come to a stage of Brahma Bhuta or Atma Rama stage. And then at this stage of full satisfaction detachment from the sensory world, one can know the mystery of science of God with all its confidential intricacies, and not by grammar or academic speculation, because Brahma qualified himself for such reception. The Lord was pleased to disclose the purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam. This direct instruction by Lord to any devotee who is detached from the world of sense gratification is possible as stated in Bhagavad Gita. Tesham satadiktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam. So on to the devotees who are constantly engaged in Lord's transcendental living service. Preeti Purvakam, the Lord, out of his causeless mercy upon the devotee, gives direct instructions so that the devotee may make accurate progress in the path, returning home back to Godhead. One should not therefore try to understand these four verses. Sorry. One should therefore try to understand these four verses of Bhagavatam, not by mental speculation, rather by direct perception, a prescription of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then Gopal Tapan Upanishad also Prabhupada quotes, and Brahma Samhita also. Therefore, Lord Krishna is the original form of the Supreme Lord. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. This is also clear from the instructions of Lord Krishna given in the verse 33-36. The Supreme Personality of God is Lord Krishna, not directly Narayana or the Purusha Avatara, which are subsequent manifestations. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam means consciousness in the Supreme Personality of God, Lord Sri Krishna, and Srimad Bhagavatam is a sound representation of Lord as much as Bhagavad Gita is. Thus, the conclusion is that Srimad Bhagavatam, the science of Lord, in which the Lord and his abode are perfectly realized. Thank you all very much. We'll continue tomorrow. Antara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.